Brad Pitt is once again in the spotlight after his latest film, F1, became the highest-grossing movie of his career, prompting a return to IMAX theaters. At 61, Pitt is not just coasting on fame, he's still pushing boundaries, proving he's as relevant as ever in an industry that's constantly changing. But to truly understand how Brad Pitt became one of the most enduring and iconic figures in Hollywood, we need to look back at a journey that spans decades of triumphs, controversies, reinventions, and unforgettable roles. Born William Bradley Pitt on December 18, 1963, in Shawnee, Oklahoma, and raised in Springfield, Missouri, he was the eldest of three children. His father owned a trucking company, and his mother was a school counselor. Pitt was raised in a conservative Southern Baptist household, which gave him a strong sense of discipline and work ethic. But he always felt the urge to explore something beyond the limits of Midwestern life. After studying journalism and advertising at the University of Missouri, he left 2 weeks before graduation and drove to Los Angeles with dreams of becoming an actor. His early days in LA were full of struggle. He worked odd jobs, including dressing up as a chicken to promote a fast food restaurant. But Pitt was determined, and that determination soon paid off. He landed small roles on television shows like Dallas and Growing Pains, but his real breakthrough came in 1991 when he appeared as a charming drifter in Thelma and Louise. The role lasted only a few minutes on screen, but it was enough to turn heads and label him a sex symbol almost overnight. Despite the heartthrob image, Pitt was never content with being just another pretty face. He took on more serious and complex roles throughout the 1990s, starring in films like A River Runs Through It, Legends of the Fall, and Interview with the Vampire. Then came Seven, the 1995 psychological thriller directed by David Fincher. Playing a young detective opposite Morgan Freeman, Pitt showcased a new level of emotional depth. It was dark, gritty, and powerful, and it firmly established him as a serious actor. That same year, he starred in 12 Monkeys, which earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Unlike many of his peers, Pitt wasn't afraid to take risks with unconventional roles. He followed up with projects like Fight Club, a movie that was controversial at the time, but has since become a cult classic and one of his most iconic roles. He played Tyler Durden, a chaotic and charismatic anti-hero who helped redefine masculinity on screen for a new generation. In the 2000s, Pitt began transitioning from just being in front of the camera to producing films behind the scenes. He founded Plan B Entertainment, a production company that went on to produce several critically acclaimed films, including The Departed, 12 Years a Slave, Moonlight, and The Big Short. As a producer, Pitt demonstrated an eye for stories that mattered, elevating voices and narratives that were often overlooked in mainstream Hollywood. Of course, Brad Pitt's personal life often rivaled his career in terms of public fascination. His relationships, especially with actresses Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie, were media sensations. His marriage to Jolie, in particular, became a global talking point as the two formed a high-profile family known as the Brangelina clan. Raising 6 children together, some biological and others adopted from around the world. But their marriage ended in a bitter and highly publicized divorce in 2016, involving legal disputes over custody and allegations that temporarily tarnished his public image. Despite personal setbacks, Pitt continued to deliver career-defining performances. In 2008, he starred in The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, earning an Academy Award nomination. Then came Inglourious Basterds with Quentin Tarantino, another hit that reminded audiences of his incredible screen presence. In 2019, he finally won his first acting Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was a moment that felt long overdue, a recognition not just of a single role, but of decades of consistent excellence. Even as the film industry evolves with streaming, global distribution, and new stars rising constantly, Brad Pitt has maintained his status. He has become more selective, choosing roles and projects that challenge him creatively. His recent success with F1, a Formula One racing film that blends sports drama with high-octane realism, shows that even in his 60s, he's not slowing down. On the contrary, he's still reaching new heights. The fact that it has become his highest-grossing movie ever is a testament to his ability to stay relevant and compelling across generations. Beyond acting and producing, Pitt has also used his fame for humanitarian efforts. He has been involved in various charitable activities, including rebuilding homes in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina through his Make It Right Foundation. He has also been vocal about issues like poverty, climate change, and refugee crises. While his contributions are often overshadowed by his Hollywood status, they are a genuine part of his identity. As a public figure, Brad Pitt has matured into someone who balances star power with humility. He's spoken openly about his struggles with alcohol and therapy, offering a rare glimpse into the vulnerabilities behind the polished exterior. These revelations have made him even more relatable, reshaping the way the public sees him, not just as a movie star, but as a human being evolving through his own challenges. Now, with F1 marking a new high point in his illustrious career, Brad Pitt finds himself at a fascinating crossroads. He could easily choose to retire, having accomplished more than most actors could dream of. But if history is any indicator, he's more likely to surprise us again, with another bold role, an unconventional project, or perhaps another Oscar-worthy performance. From a young man with a dream in Springfield, Missouri, to a global icon with an unmatched legacy, Brad Pitt's journey is not just about fame. It's about perseverance, transformation, and a relentless pursuit of art. He has managed to navigate fame without losing his soul, remaining a consistent force in a business that often burns out even the brightest stars. As audiences flock to theaters once again to see F1 on the big screen, they're not just watching a movie, they're witnessing the latest chapter in one of Hollywood's most extraordinary lives. Brad Pitt is no longer just an actor. He's a legend, a storyteller, and a man whose story still isn't finished.